Hi everyone, now I'm putting together some dry flies at the moment. Now this is a dry flies in a particular style. These are long hackle dries. Now I was fishing this pattern the other day there. This is light green wool's tied with a long wing, a long hackle. Now this is actually quite a short hackle, believe it or not. They go a bit longer than that even. This one's about nearly enough 3 times the gape. They'll go 4, even 5 times the gape. I think I've got one here a wee bit longer. Here's one just a wee tad longer. It's always good to have different lengths, but these are great patterns. If you want a fly to sit really high on the water, these are the patterns you want. Now, as you can see, I'm tying them on because I'm putting a set of flies together. I'm tying them on basically the original hook they were tied on. These are, but when I originally started tying, when you wanted a dry fly hook, you get an up eye. When you were tying wet flies, you get a down eye. It's as simple as that. So I had to search through my fly tying materials to find these hooks. But I'm going to be tying the March Brown version. I thought you may like to see it. It's just one of the patterns in the set. So I'm going to be using just a yellow thread. This is a uni thread 80. You start at the eye. It's going to wind my thread to the point of the hook. And back up. Now this is a size 12. Now I'm going to bring it up, say just slightly about halfway. Now for the wing I'm actually going to use, these are primary feathers from the Woodcock. Now on the other ones it's just a blade wing. You could use starling, you could use mallard. Something soft, you need a nice soft fibre. Don't want it too stiff. Now you need a right and a left. Now with this fly, don't be shy with the width of the wing, because it is a March Brown. So tear it off. And that being a softer fibre, it will reduce a bit. So just bring it out, tear it off. So bring them together, but we want the curve for the natural fibres to come away from one another. So meaning like if you sit them together, they want to curve away like that. You want to line up the ends. Make sure they're lined up. Wing length, at least, it could be even slightly longer, especially in the March Brown, it's a big wing. In this hook it's a size 12, so it's slightly longer than the size 12 hook, so tie that forward of the wing, forward of the eye. So we lay the wing right on top of the shank and then we do a pinch and loop. So we take the thread up into our fingers, pinch the thread, and bring it through our fingers. Just controlling the thread turns. Now do it 2 or 3 times. See how the wing's sitting. It's not too bad. I'm just checking my length, because you can always go back. So we can, so maybe make that a wee bit longer. So you can go back. So I'll show you how you do that. Just go back and just bring the wing back out. You take it slightly up. I want it a wee bit longer than that. Sometimes when you pull it through your fingers you reduce the length. So there's another couple of turns in there. That's better. Once you're happy with the wing length, start to work towards the back. There's my scissors. Now trim the material at an angle. So what I like to do is come in for the back. An angle cut will help to give you a taper on the body. Just a slight taper. And then we just wind down nice and tight. Oops. Now, on a lot of these flies, there was no tails. There were no tails on some of the original ones. But I do like a tail on it, so I'm using a rusted uncoloured hackle. So I've got one of the larger hackles. And bring out some of the fibre. Just bring it 90 degrees out. A good length in the tail. There's the March Brown. As I say, you don't need the tail in it. So do a turn on top, come underneath, pull, do a turn on top, just to lock it in. And trim this the length of the body. Now it's about, the length of the body is about a couple of mils short of the wing. Wee fibre here, it's come away, so I'll take it out. You don't need to take this out, but I will. I'm just going to get some Hare's ear dubbing. So, well, hare's ear, you can use a dubbing or you can just pluck it from the ears, which I'm doing. You don't need much. There's no rib on this fly, though you could use the thread. I'll show you what I mean by that. So we get our hare's ear dubbing. Just going to work it up reasonably thin, not too thick. So we stop at about a good couple of mil from the wing. Now if you want to rib the body, what we have to do, I'll just usually wax my thread, is just take your thread down, put a bit of yellow so they can see it come back up through. And that just gives you a mix. It's not perfect, but it suits the fly. Then we get the hackle. Now these are just Chinese necks, these are rolled necks, or just normal chickens. These are old chicken feathers. Now you need one of the longer hackles. Now to check the length, just bring the fibre straight out for the stem and lay the stem in line with the shank, and that will give you the length of the hackle. To be honest with you, that's actually too short. You could use that, but I'm going to use the bigger size. So here's one that's a wee bit bigger. That's better. So where I want it to start, so I want some of the grey. Bare the stem, leave enough to tie it on. Now this is the underside I can see. I'm just going to catch it where I want the hackle to start, which is there. So I may try and get 3 to 4 turns on this side and 3 and 4 turns in front. So lift your wing, put your thread turns right in close to the wing, and then continue down to the point where you'd expect the hackle to stop. Just lift my wing straight up. You can see how the thread turns in at the base of that, lifts the wing straight up. And then we get our hackle. Let's use my hackle pliers. Got a nice straight turn at the back here. Just lift your wing slightly forward. That's 2 turns, 3. Well, I want 4 turns, so I'm going to go back. Just going to make sure there's a fibre here. Just take this fibre out. I want to make sure I get 4 turns. I know it sounds a bit crazy saying this, but with these hackles, I feel it's a nice balance. So I use this sort of number into the 4th turn, and then you take a turn in front, and then there's 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 turns either side with these hackles, and then make sure you get a good half dozen turns down. Take away your hackle pliers and then trim. Put this to the side so I can see it a wee bit better. Don't want to catch my thread. Make sure there's wax in your thread. Just lift anything, just draw this back, tidy this area up. Just want to make sure it's sitting where I want it. That's fine. Then you want to whip finish, just draw back the fibres. 1, 2, 3 should be fine. Trim away the thread, and we see a wee touch of varnish in there, not much. And there we are. And that's the March Brown, or the long hackled version anyway. You can see, don't be shy with the hackle length. Nice patterns. These sit really well in the water. You'd be surprised. You've got to see them in the water. You've got to try some. I mean, you've got a favourite dry fly, to a long hackled version of that fly, and just look at it on the water and try it on your fish to see what you think. And you'll not go far wrong. Really you won't. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. And again, thanks for watching.